right, so we're waiting for JC Fernandez to pull up. Oh, here he is. Hey. Just gonna kind of park anywhere, huh?
Yeah, what do we do with car
well,
shops and collections?
I don't know. Well, here we go.
Thank you.
Give me that microphone there.
Perfect. Today, we got a 1972 Dodge Charger, but this is awesome. The car story is fantastic. Doug is the owner. He bought it in 1978. He sold it in 1993, and he just bought it back. So we're gonna go see Doug and check out his Dodge Charger. I'll put this on. All right, let's go. Doug's expecting us. You see the stratosphere over here. So this is the east side of Las Vegas. Go around back. Oh, dude! A couple surprises here for us today. Oh my gosh, man. This is awesome. This is gonna be fun, man.
Hi, I'm Doug Schneider, and I'm here to show you my 72 Charger.
Doug, it's a trip of a story. So I have this correct. You bought this, it's a 72, you buy this in 78. 93, you sell it.
Yes.
And you found it a year ago and bought it back.
I did.
It was here in Vegas the entire time?
It was in Henderson, and a guy I knew had the car, and been in touch with him over the years, and he didn't really want to sell it. So I just kept on him for 5 years. Finally, he said when he retires, he might want to sell it. So he retired, and he called me. He said, come take a look at the car. If you want it, I'll sell it to you, but I only want to sell it to you because I know you built it. So I went to his house and looked at it, and we negotiated a price. And I went home and thought it over. At first, I really didn't want to buy it back, and then I started thinking about it more, and I go, I gotta have this car back.
Yes!
So I got it back, and I'm really glad I did. I had to do a bunch of work to it to get it back on the road, fuel system, electrical.
Let's kind of break it down, because it's a trip. So it's a 1972, this is Gen 3 Charger. It's an SE package?
Yes.
All right, so let's start up here on the front here. When you got it back recently, was it like the condition when you sold it, or did it deteriorate over the years?
It deteriorated because it sat outside for 2 years, and the paint got really bad. We had to buff it out and polish it, and it's still not perfect, but it's okay. I'm not gonna repaint it. It's good the way it is.
So we go back to 1969 Gen 2 Charger. It was the split grille. You go to 1970, there's no split.
Right.
71 Gen 3, they bring back the split. Kind of a bigger split too.
Yes.
Simple question, do you like the split or you like the non-split?
Well, for 68, I like it.
Yeah.
68 and 70 are really cool like that. But I don't know how this would look with the chrome bumper on there without being split like that. So I like the split.
It looks good, and the headlights work, the hidden headlights, they work?
Yeah, well, they didn't work when I got it back. The relay was missing, so I had to rewire it in a relay, but I got them working again.
So 1972, this is the SE package. They got rid of the RT package, and they bring in the Rally package, but you've got RT on the hood, you've got an RT badge on the side here. Tell me more about the badging on the car.
Well, when I was, my mid-20s, I really couldn't afford a real RT Charger, so this is what I got, and I just made do with what I could do. I don't know if I would do that at this point in time in my life, but I'm just gonna leave it the way it is.
This is your personality behind it?
Yeah.
So what is the hood then? Is this a 71 hood?
It's a 71 RT hood, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this here you just put on the side here?
Yeah, those are 71 RT emblems.
And then the kind of like the...
And this is, these are actually 72 Rally doors.
All right.
Yes.
So you Frankenstein this a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
The SE, the special edition, kind of the luxury side of the Dodge Charger.
Yeah, had a lot of chrome package on it.
The vinyl roof, is this the original?
I think it's been redone once before, and I recently redyed it black because it was the black was coming off and the green was showing through.
It looks great though. Come back here in the tail end. Spoiler came with the SE, or did you add this to it?
No, this is added. This is a 71 option.
And
the tail lights are 72 Rally.
All right.
And then it's got the exhaust tips, which would be 72 Rally exhaust tips with the cutouts.
I like the 72 body style. It's wider, kind of like a bubbly feel to it.
Mm-hmm. It's a big car.
Yeah, it certainly is. Can we see the inside of it?
Yeah.
Perfect. Pop this open, Gene. I'm gonna go around to the driver's side.
It originally had a bent seat with a column shift, and I converted that over shortly after high school in the early 90s, late 80s.
When you sold it in 93, like, did you regret selling it in 93, or it felt like the right thing to do?
In 93, it was a total show car.
Yeah.
It was on display in my auto parts store on Bruce and Fremont.
Uh-huh.
And it sat in there in, pristine condition. And then I went bankrupt and I had to give it to the landlord, and he took it and immediately sold it in 93.
Oh, he didn't know what he had?
He didn't want it. He didn't know what he had. He just wanted the money. So he sold to a guy named Spike that lives in Henderson, and that's where it sat for. Spike drove it a couple of times after he got it, and then after that, it just sat in his garage.
It just sat there.
Yeah, he didn't do anything with it.
That blows my. You hear those stories too. Someone buys a car and just sits in a garage for years and years and years. 30 years go by.
I mean, yeah, he must have used it for storage because there was scratches from all the cardboard boxes that were laid on top of it and drug across it. The paint was in terrible shape.
Why don't you hop in here, Doug, and we'll kind of just go through the interior. All right, so these seats, original seats here?
These are original seats for a 72 Charger bucket, yeah.
All right.
Like I said, it had bench seats. And then they took and put a big Hirsch shifter in here. Mm-hmm. And they took all the factory stuff and threw it in the trunk. So I got that back out and put all the factory shifter back together.
So this is in the original 72
yeah.
shifter on the SC package?
Well, it's an optional package. Mm-hmm. Originally, it had a column shift.
Okay.
And a bench seat.
So you add this in here. This seems very luxurious right here. I don't know why, it's like a luxury feel to it inside of it. That's right there, yeah.
Yeah, right there. Shifts great.
And then gauges down here, AC.
Yep, factory air car.
72, that's
150 speedo, factory tach. I got a fuel pressure gauge here because I like to monitor that.
This here, you added this stuff, or did Spike add that?
I added this. I added this back in the day.
This looks great. Your ashtray.
Cigarette lighter still works.
Does it really?
Yep.
Dash here, original dash.
This has been recovered.
Okay. Because it's out here in the desert. We're in Las Vegas. It's sitting out in the desert. This is going to crack if it sits outside for 3 years.
Yeah, it was cracked when I got it. When I bought this car, I was 5 years old. Mm-hmm. And the dash was already cracked.
Okay.
So I took the dash out and had it recovered.
Was it a Vegas car? Was it sold in Las Vegas?
Yeah, I bought it. I'm not sure where it was sold new. Probably.
Can we see under the hood?
Okay.
I think it's already open. Is the hood release right here?
Yeah, just pull on that. There you go.
Perfect. And the old Dodge logo too, right there, which they have on their EVs, which I think is a trip. What did you do to it?
Well, I took the 318 out and put a 340 in it. It's got the purple shaft cam in it, 340 heads with 202 valves. I found an Edelbrock STR12 aluminum cross ram, which are really rare, and put 2 Carter AFB Competition Series carburetors on it. And then it's got the old Blackjack aluminum coat headers. I had Blooms build me an oil pan back in the day when they were here local. And I just recently put a 1-wire alternator on it.
So you get the car back, you've been working on it, tinkering it, getting back to running condition. There was a big car show here outside of Las Vegas in Boulder City a couple weekends ago. You went out there. Was that the longest drive you've taken the car on since you sold it?
Yes.
And how was that?
Yes, it was sketchy, but it made it all the way with no problem.
To and from, right?
Yeah, I didn't break down. It was enjoyable.
I mean, what's that like though? Because here's the car that you bought when you're teen and you sell it in the 90s. To have it back and it's in your garage and you're driving it again. When you're driving, are you going back to the late 70s, 80s, and 90s when you first had the car?
It brings back a lot of memories of all the crazy, stupid stuff I used to do.
Yeah, a little bit tamer now, right, when you're driving.
Yeah. I mean, in high school, I was in the auto shop class, and I would drag race it up and down Karen Avenue when I was in high school, Valley High School. And one day I brought the cops back to the auto shop.
Oh, they followed you back?
Yeah. And Mr. Amber, and the instructor, he wasn't too happy.
And you saw him, I saw on Facebook.
Yeah.
Did you bump into your auto shop teacher?
I found my auto shop teacher at the show, and we hung out and talked and reminisced about old times.
That's amazing, man. Oh, yes. I mean, overall, the car's in fantastic condition. You got to be happy with it.
Yeah, I really am. It's in good shape.
Okay, over here. Whose is this?
This is my friend Dan's car. We're doing a complete restoration on it. And it's a 70 Cuda 440 automatic, all numbers matching. We're doing a meticulous restoration on it.
Right there in the bin, there it is, BS. We know it's a real Cuda. How long was the restoration project for this take for you? About how long?
About 2 years.
2 years working on this car?
Yeah. It's almost done.
Paint's great condition. Can we open the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Everything inside here, original?
Mm-hmm.
Get inside there, Gene.
The car only had 38,000 original miles on it.
38,000 original miles.
Yeah, before we parked it.
Where'd you find this car? Was this, you've had it from the beginning?
It was in Ohio.
Ohio? Last but not least, what's behind you, Doug?
This is my drag car. I run Super Pro at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And I've had this car since I was in my 20s. Also.
Really?
Yeah.
You bought this as is, or you bought it? You built it yourself?
I built it myself. I bought it at the junkyard.
And what Charger? What year?
71 Dodge Demon.
Dodge Demon.
Yeah. It's gone through many changes over the years. And this recently I finished this, and it's pretty much a new car. Everything's new except for the rear quarters, the rear suspension, rear frame rails, but the rest of the car is brand new.
Well, Doug, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And it's a great car story. Thank you.
If you want your car, shop, or collection featured on the show, then shoot us an email at carshopsandcollections@gmail.com. That's carshopsandcollections@gmail.com. And thanks for watching, and be sure and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes of Cars, Shops, and Collections.